particular speech was.
Mr. Secretary,
so
I've shared with you the context. The context wasn't better understand socialism so we can defeat it. The context wasn't learn about it so that we can offer countermeasures. The concept was that it's time for socialism. And the reason I know that's the context is because the lecture was pulled from a book written by Thomas Piketty entitled Time for Socialism.
Matt Gaetz just made a fool of himself once again. This time, the representative from Florida argued that the U.S. military poorly assessed Ukraine's vulnerability because of wokism. Seriously. Welcome into TYT's Overruled. I'm your host, Adrienne Lawrence. Matt Gaetz used the House hearing on the defense budget to make irrelevant and erroneous talking points. The controversy-riddled representative was supposed to be asking Defense Secretary Lloyd Austin questions about the 2023 prospective budget. Of course, that's before things went off base. Now, the full clip is a bit long, so let's pick up from the opening clip after Gaetz accuses the Secretary of advancing socialism with the defense budget.
Titled Time for Socialism. And I just can't help but notice.
And so your question was whether or not we...
I control the time.
Your question
You guys have
was
been
whether
blowing
or not
a lot of calls
socialism.
lately on
The
matters
answer
of
is no.
strategy, Mr. Secretary. You guys told us that Russia couldn't lose. You told us that the Taliban couldn't immediately win. And so I guess I'm wondering, what in the $773 billion that you're requesting today is going to help you make assessments that are accurate in the face of so many blown calls?
Yeah, let me get this. So Gaetz goes from claiming the DOD advances socialism to questioning why their predictions haven't been entirely accurate. Okay, let's continue.
You've seen what's in our budget. You've seen how the budget matches the strategy. And so I'll let that speak for itself.
Well, I mean, I've also seen that we're
investment in
behind, Mr.
combat
Secretary.
capabilities.
We're behind in hypersonics. We failed to deter Russia. Last year,
So
China
what do you
flew more
what do you
sorties.
mean we're behind in hypersonics? How do you?
Okay, who's ahead in hypersonics?
How do you make that assessment?
I don't know.
Is it
I
a
make that
one-for-one?
assessment because
Is it a
China is
one-for-one
fielding
exchange or
hypersonic
development
weapon
of
systems,
hypersonics?
and we are still developing them. I
Are
make
you
that
talking about
assessment because
development of
Russia actually
capability
used
or
one.
development of-
By the way, your own people brief us that we are behind and that China is winning. Are you aware of the briefings we get on hypersonics?
I am certainly aware of briefings that we provide to Congress.
But it's not just the hypersonic. It's all over the world. It's in Taiwan, where China last year flew more sorties than ever before. It's North Korea, on pace to shatter prior records, the number of missiles that they are testing. And so while everyone else in the world seems to be developing capabilities and being more strategic, we got time to embrace critical race theory at West Point, to embrace socialism at the National Defense University, to do mandatory pronoun training.
There it is, the culture war rhetoric. Yeah, that was absolutely nothing to do with the defense budget, of course. But I can't help but wonder if it has anything to do with Secretary Austin's melanin count. Said another way, would Gaetz have been bringing up CRT with other people from the Department of Defense? Kind of like what we saw GOP do to Judge Ketanji Brown Jackson. You know, this whole misconstrued attack on Austin is something I can't really look away from, and neither should you. Here's the rest of the clip.
Do you assess?
You know, it's again, this is the most capable, the most combat credible force in the world. It has been, and it will be so going forward.
Not if
and
we
this
continue
budget
down this
helps
path.
us to do that.
Not if we embrace
And
socialism.
the fact that you're embarrassed by your country, by
Oh,
your
no.
military,
I'm embarrassed by your leadership.
I'm sorry for
I am
that.
not embarrassed for my country. I wish
It's
we were
what
not
you're
losing
saying.
to China.
It's
I
what
wish
you're
we
saying.
were. You know what? That is so disgraceful that you would sit here and conflate your failures with the failures of the uniformed service members. You guys said that Russia would overrun Ukraine in 36 days. You said that the Taliban would be kept at bay for months. You totally blew those calls. And maybe we would be better at them if the National Defense University actually worked a little more on strategy and a little less on wokism.
Has it occurred to you that Russia has not overrun Ukraine because of what we've done and our allies have done?
But that was
Have
baked
you ever
into your
even
flawed
thought about
assessment. That was baked into your flawed assessment. And so I saw that the Obama administration
fact that we
tried
helped
to
the
destroy
Ukrainians
our
was a
military
flawed
by
assessment?
starving it of resources, and it seems the Biden administration is trying to destroy our military by force-feeding it wokeism.
Let me make it clear. Gaetz is out here calling out dog whistles, attacking Austin. He's really just suggesting that he is unqualified because of his color, and that's what got him his position. It's this whole thought of wokeism is ruining our military. That's really what he's getting at here. And these attacks by the GOP on black people in positions of power, yeah, we're not missing these. It's very apparent. And as are the attacks on the LGBTQIA+ community. It's essentially an attack on progress, and it will end up being our downfall when it comes to everyone's privacy rights. So we're going to have to see how this all shakes out when it comes to actually getting all of these challenges before the U.S. Supreme Court. But that's for another day and for another segment. Thanks for watching. Let me know your comments below. Also hit that like and follow button.